Anointed Warriors. What up, spiritual family? And welcome back to Mount Fitness MBS Ministry, where I am your host, Brother Mongoose. Now, if you're tuning in for the first time, guys, let me inform you that I'm not a traditional minister, nor is this a traditional ministry. For more information about what I mean by that, please stay tuned to the end of the video. But as always, I'd like to take an additional moment to formally welcome you guys to the channel and to send a special shout of love, thanks, appreciation, and gratitude to my longtime supporters and the longtime subscribers and supporters of the ministry. So receive that by faith, guys, and we'll take off into today's message. This message, guys, was divinely inspired. And I'm confident through faith that all of the messages and the things that, this thing that we call God would have me discuss, I'm confident that they all are divinely inspired. And yet, some are a lot more moving. Some are a lot more impressionable, if you will. And this is one of those messages, man. This message actually came from someone that's actually one of my mentors, and he's a spiritual warrior. He makes all kinds of videos and stuff like that. And, he shared this message with me, and I want to share it with you. It was so appropriate, it was so heartfelt, and all of these things. It was really moved me in my spirit, and it was what I needed to hear. And so I wanted to share it with you guys. And if it provides value to you, and if it's, if it touches you in any way, make sure that you hit that share button and give this message an opportunity to go out there and continue to do its thing, man. Continue to provide value and nourishment in the lives of others as well. This message is, just as you read the title to the video, there's a new you. There is a new you. And you may be still encountering some bumps in the roads, in terms of some attitudes, some things, some conduct, maybe the people you hang out with, your actual, maybe some vices that you once indulged with. You may have some bumps in the road as far as those things, trying to pull you back, trying to lure you back to being that old you. But I'm here to tell you today that some of you guys out there is a new you. You've gone through the fire. You've suffered the pains, the struggles, the hardships, and everything that goes along with one who is committed to self-development, self-improvement, and spiritual evolution through this thing that we call God. I mean, you've put in the work. You suffered the lumps and the bruises. And now, when you take 3 or 5 seconds to think about it, you really begin to realize, okay, hold on a second. I'm really doing this. I'm really being this person that I set out to be. This person that I was divinely instructed to be. You're doing it. You're being it. And you may still be having to cross some hurdles. You may still be having to navigate some minefields. But you're doing it. These hurdles and these minefields may come in the form of maybe you having a thought. Maybe you having an encounter, pardon me. Maybe you're coming across old friends. Maybe there's an opportunity for you to engage in old habits, old thoughts, old ways of conduct. And even if you had that momentary lapse, that momentary slip and fall, look who's still standing in the mirror. That's not the motive operandi when it comes to how you operate now. So you may have had a slip or bump in the road, but you always make that course correction and get back to the new you. And when you encounter those bumps in the roads, again, you take that 3 to 5 seconds, which oftentimes we may not take because this fast-paced hustle and bustle society and all that's going on. But some of you have made that breakthrough. You've broken through. You've had that breakthrough. You're living it. And you take that 3 and 5 seconds to think about it. Particularly in the midst of you maybe having that slip, maybe having that bump in the road. And you say, okay, hold on a second. That is who I used to be. Like that was the template from which I operated. But now I'm able to see that's just a slip. That's just a bump in the road. That's not who I am anymore. That used to be me day in and day out, round the clock. It's not me anymore. And this is applicable when it comes to some of you guys that maybe you were mismanaging your finances. Maybe you were being promiscuous, even though you were married or not. You just was sleeping around. Maybe you had bad attitudes. Maybe you was caught up in vengeful ways. Maybe there was people that you were letting exceed the limits in terms of them, taking up your personal space or dumping their emotional garbage onto you. All around the board, you've changed. There's a new you. In whatever area of life that you know that by this thing that we most commonly refer to as God, this thing called you, this thing sent you to a different course, to a different mindset. And along the way, there was these bumps and bruises, but you knew you now. And I can relate to this, which is why this message was so heartfelt to me. And this is why we all should have what we would call counselors and mentors. See, ego edge God out. It's a brutal thing. It's medieval. And if you don't know how to ask for help, or you don't know how to admit that, I can do better in this, but I can afford to have some assistance, some guidance, and actually what I need to do to actually get better. If you're not doing those things, then you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. So we all should have, in my opinion, we all can afford to have, even if we actually need them or not, we can afford to have people that has our best interests at heart. People that can understand where we're coming from, what we've been through, where we are, and where we'd like to go. They've walked and tread or trodden a certain path that they can relate to our difficulties, to our challenges, our aspirations. So it really touched home with me because if you guys know my story, hey, you guys know, hey, look, I was a true gang banger. I was truly a person that was almost attracted to violence, conflict. Any kind of perceived conflict was seen as an opportunity by me, based on the way that I was raised and the poor choices that I was making, my mindset and all these different things. If you know anything about my testimony, when it came to being a womanizer, when it came to being arrogant, again, looking forward. I have a competitive nature. I played all the sports growing up as a young kid. And then just based on my environment, competing was right next door to breathing. Okay. And at a certain time during my youth, this competitive edge was channeled through sports and things like that. Chess clubs, reading comprehension type of endeavors. But once I went astray, that competitive nature then went towards other things. Point that I'm trying to make, and that's just touching the tip of the iceberg when it comes to the old me. That's not even coming close to beginning to come close to the old me and the new me. And so I walk in a time in an era that, sometimes I feel like, a dinosaur walking down Main Street in 2025 in terms of, I don't relate to this. It's all foreign to me. The way people act, the way they treat one another. Because even though I was in the old me, like I had all these negative these mindsets and patterns of belief and things of that nature. These behaviors. These things, as contrary, as it may seem, these things were always founded on like integrity, morals. You don't snake your friends. You may cheat on your girl, but you never left your girl hanging. You may rob people, but when you come across this person that's begging and talking about how they really need that money, they're going to be kicked out of their house, or that's their baby's graduation money. You didn't take that. You didn't get that person. So, point that I'm trying to make is you've become a new person, man. I know I have, and you may have those bumps in the road. The enemy would love to try to convince you to hey, because you had this bump in the road, you're not over it. But the devil is a lie. You are over it. In whatever area it was, where he moved you and instructed you to make improvements, you're there now. And everybody that knew the old you, they know you're there. It's time for you to know that you're a new you. Don't let the bumps in the road, in whatever form that they come, don't let it deter you. Don't let it trick you into thinking that you're not a new you. Some is in more extreme ways. You're not a drug addict anymore. You're not an alcoholic anymore. You're not cheating on your spouse anymore. You're not gang banging anymore. You're not a racist anymore. And some in ways that may not seem as intense, if you will, when it comes to those type of things. Which is to say, some of you have grown and evolved just when it comes to not overspending your money, when it comes to not overeating, when it comes to standing up for yourself in the spiritual or the emotional realm, when it comes to not following the crowd and sacrificing your authentic self just to fit in. When it came time for you to just get to that next level in whatever area, you're there now. Everybody can see it. It's time for you to see it. When I received that word for me, and me knowing that, we all kind of know, which is again why we can afford to have, prayer warriors, where we can afford to have mentors and counselors, because some of this stuff we actually know, but we overlook it sometimes. Because, just based on the days and the times that we're living in, it's kind of like you're flowing from this into that, you're having to deal with this and deal with that and sidestep this and sidestep that and rise above this and ignore that and confront this. All these different pieces are moving on this puzzle so that we can afford to have somebody to say, hey man, look, take 3 or 5 seconds. It doesn't take more than that. Because some of you guys, the new you is that profound. Pardon me. The new you, the way you conduct yourself, the way you treat people. You know, the way you let go of the old you. So let this be validation for you. Let this be nourishing and confirmation that, you know, you are a new you. So that's the message in a nutshell, guys. Like I said, it was something that was I was inspired to make. I have several other videos on deck. But when I spoke with a man of God who can only be considered a mentor and a counselor, and he had informed me that he had made a certain message, posted a certain video. If you like, you know, reach out to me. But he's really, really committed to what can I say? His path and his faith as a member of the 144,000. And, you know, he's very selective about who he reaches out to. He makes public videos, but his identity and all that stuff, he's private about. He won't even show his face on the videos. But anyway, if you like some information about if whether or not, you know, you can contact him, or he's definitely an awesome guy. You know, kind of reminds me of some of the ways that I move in terms of the way that I personalize a lot of stuff when it comes to whether it's my personalized meal plans for my clients, or if it's my personalized motivational speeches and teaches, whether it's my personalized protocol when it comes to some of the clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices. So, but definitely all-around guy. Some people you can just feel that they got that clean spirit. But in any case, let me get back to this message, man, because I do believe that a lot of you guys out there, you needed to hear this. And it's time for you to just really, really embrace that. You know, stop, you know, letting whatever bumps in the road convince you that you're not over that, like that you're still that old person. That's the enemy trying to trick you. You ain't that old person. If you slipped up and had a drink, or whatever the case may be, you overspent your money, whatever, take that 3 to 5 seconds and realize, wow, that's how you used to be all the time. You was always doing that. You're not doing that anymore. So it's like a glitch in the matrix, if you will. That's not your motive operandi. That's not the rule of thumb. It once was the rule of thumb. Now it's an exception to the rule. So if you like some information about how this ministry can assist you, you know, in being able to assess where you are in this regards, and being able to continue to move forward, because as we know, he takes us from the valley to the mountaintop, back to another valley, back to another mountaintop. He gives us our daily bread, and he causes us to be glorified day in and day out. So reach out if I can be of assistance to you. Receive this message by faith. Again, please hit the share. Also, please hit the like and the subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. And that's what I got for you guys in terms of today's message. Now, when it comes to what makes me a different kind of minister, please watch a video that's titled My Testimony and Disclosure. Today, you know, I kind of touched on it, but there's a lot more information, a lot more details in that video. So please check that out, and that'll give you a very clear understanding about what I mean when I say that I'm a different kind of minister. When it comes to what makes this a different kind of ministry, please watch a video that's titled MBS Service Tutorial. That video provides specific details about the services that are offered by this ministry, what they consist of, how they're implemented, and how they can be beneficial to you. These services consist of specific areas that are designed to strengthen and nourish the mind, the body, and the spirit. The services consist of experiential, philosophical, consultative services for the mind, ISSA certified fitness training for the body, and clean-hearted spiritual teachings and practices for the spirit and for the soul. Additional services that this ministry utilizes this mind, body, and spirit approach. Oh, let me digress for a second. So again, what makes this ministry different? It's a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. Yes, religion is the foundation of this ministry, but all kinds of other spiritual teachings, all kinds of philosophies, different perspectives from various theologians across various timelines. So this is a holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. A holistic mind, body, and spirit ministry. Those services that I mentioned, and the holistic mind, body, and spirit approach is also implemented when it comes to good old-fashioned motivational speaking, as well as youth and young adult mentoring and counseling. Please visit the physical fitness branch of the ministry located at mountfitnessmbs.com. And if you have any questions, I'm going to leave an email link down in the description box. And you can also use that email link to schedule your initial consultation and evaluation in any or all of the services that I just mentioned. If the Holy Spirit, well, again, let me digress real quick. So the information that I just mentioned about the ministry and what it believes in, as well as the MBS service tutorial video, that lets you guys know why this is, or what makes this a different kind of ministry. So I thank you for all of that, guys. Please again hit the like, the share, the subscribe, and hit the bell icon if you'd like to receive a notification when I upload new messages. And if the Holy Spirit moves you to do so, then please show your charity, your generosity. From a monetary standpoint, if you would like to see me make more videos like this, and if the Holy Spirit, of course, moves you to do so, there'll be a Cash App link down in the description box. Remember, no amount is too small. And if you'd like to help me be able to spend more time making videos and furthering this ministry and being helpful to even more people, hit that Cash App link, and that's what I got for you guys. I thank you for all your love and all of your support, and may whatever good seed that you plant into this ministry be returned to you in an abundant harvest, shaken down, pressed together, and running over. That's what I got for you guys. I'm going to get out of here, but not before, as always, encouraging you guys to always live a life that prioritizes faith over fear, truth over tradition, knowledge over nonsense, love over lust, and people over profit. That's what I got for you guys. Remember, you're operating from a new you. You are new you. The old you is gone. It may still try to rear its ugly head. Just like Mr. Winter when the spring has come. Spring has set in, but Mr. Winter may try to rear his ugly head from time to time with a cold storm or maybe some snow flurries or whatever, but it's over. There's a new you. Don't let that snow flurry trick you into thinking, hey, it's still winter after all. The devil is a lie. It's springtime in your life. You've worked hard. You've suffered. You've endured. You've persevered. You deserve it. So walk in it. The enemy knows it. All those who knew the old you, they know it. It's time for you to know it and embrace it. Reach out if I can be of assistance to you guys. That's what I got for you, and I will see you guys in the next one. I am Brother Minister Mongoose, and I will holler back. Peace.